Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Jupiter. Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Pluto, Tessa here. And today I'm going to talk about Bray Wyatt. Now, mostly we don't make two films a day, but this happened, so we're going to make it today. Bray Wyatt, also known as Husky Harris, who was in WWE from 2010 YL till 2021 YL. Then his two-diff run in WWE from 2022 YL to 2023 YL. Now, not really, no one really knows. It seemed that his last match in WWE was with LA Knight. Then it was said that he was wounded. Then it was said he was ill and took time off. But no one really said what he was what his illness was. Was it COVID? Was it the cold? No one really seemed to know. And he kept telling everyone that sooner or later he would be ready and he'd be back. Well, it didn't happen. You know. And yesterday, Mike Batunda, the father, Ernar Shyster, the father of Wyndham Batunda, Bray Wyatt, Husky Harris, ended up telling folks that his son died. Now, what did Bray Wyatt die of? We don't know. That hasn't come out yet. Not until the healer overseer, has a time to look at the body and come up with his or her guess to what happened to him. Now, some folks out there might say that it was COVID or was some illness. Yes, COVID is still around, but to say if that was the illness, your guess is as good as mine. Now, all I really know about Bray Wyatt was from his time in WWE, 2010 YL till 2021 YL, then 2022 YL to 2023 YL when he died. He didn't really work anywhere else, to be earnest with you. He came to WWE in 2010 while under the ring name of Husky Harris, when he was first on NXT the first time, before being put on Raw the first time as in a Nexus, and later on in a new Nexus before that was ended. Then after that he was sent. Then after that he was put on NXT for the two-diff time, playing a self called Leo Cottonwood. Before that. Then later on, later on in his two-diff run in NXT, he then became Bray Wyatt, led the kin known as the Wyatt kin. Later on, he was called up from NXT and was steaded on Raw and SmackDown when the team breakup ended. When the two-diff team started up again, he was then he was first traded to SmackDown the first time, put on Raw two-diff time, SmackDown the two-diff time, and then he was fired. And that was the end of that was the end of his first run. He then came back from 2022 to 2023 YL and was been put on SmackDown for the two-diff time. And instead of doing Bray Wyatt that he did in the past, or the Fiend Bray Wyatt that he did before Husky Harris and many other selves, he played a more down-to-earth, a more earnest Bray Wyatt, who wanted to atone for the mistakes that he had made in his first run, and wanted to be what we call the atoned Bray Wyatt. And at this time, the only man he truly started fighting against was LA Knight, which he beat him. Now, after that, he was set to have a match with, Bobby Lashley, and they were set to fight at Wrestle Madness. Well, that match was ended, for whatever grounds sake and why. Bobby Lashley would go on to do, would go on to fight for the Andre the Ethelyn, winnings. And then it was, for a lot of folks thought that Bray Wyatt was angry at the booking and writing, and he sat home. Others thought he had gotten wounded. Well, it seemed he had gotten ill. Sometime after that, something went wrong with him, and he was sent on healing leave. and it was under the belief that sooner or later he would be ready to come back. Now, what he would do when he came back, your guess was good as mine. And everyone was starting to wonder what Bray Wyatt would do when he came back. Well, sadly, Bray Wyatt died yesterday. We don't know. But so Bray Wyatt only won a handful of winnings. Mostly he was the WWE heavyweight fighter. He was a one-time WWE SmackDown tag team fighter with Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Randy Orton. He was a WWE Raw tag team fighter with Matt Hardy. And he did also win the FCW heavyweight winnings too. That's all he really did. He was well known for being in the Wyatt kin that ran from 2012 YL to about, we'll say at least until 2021 YL, having Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, and also Matt Hardy and Alexa Bliss in it. Bray Wyatt also was one of the very few men to at least, get picked back up for his 2-diff run in WWE. And everyone always wondered, what would he do? Well, I don't know what he would have done when he came back. Your guess is good as mine. All I know is now that Bray Wyatt is now up in heaven now with God and Jesus now. He's at rest now to good stead. He'll be missed. And I'm truly sorry to the Matunda kin, their friends and followers of Husky Harris, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Matunda. He was a truly good wrestler. He did a lot of cool things as a wrestler. He didn't win as many winnings as other wrestlers would. And, at times he may have, but at the end of the day, he was always one of those cool wrestlers that somehow made it work. He overcame many binds to make it work. And he was one of those very few wrestlers to get picked up last year and have a 2-diff run in WWE. So, that's just my thoughts on Bray Wyatt. If you like this film, follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made this morning when I fought, Cobra Commander, or Deadly Snakehead, or Deadly Snake Leader. I, Sail Pluto Tissa, and I'll see you tomorrow.